Good afternoon. Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News for Mountain Comfort Furnishings and Design. Good news from a head-on collision just south of Green Mountain Reservoir this past Sunday, where listeners reported a horse trailer had crashed. The trailer, it was just fine. The driver had pulled over to see if the two involved vehicles needed help. The victims, they walked away with minor injuries. Downtown Dillon is getting a facelift, and this one has nothing to do with Detroit developer Jake Porritt. La Riva Mall wants to build two large decks on either side of the main entrance just off Main Street. One deck replaces the sunroom at Tacos y Tequila. The other, it's for a new coffee shop, the first in the town core. Speaking of Porritt, the Porritt Group is preparing its second proposal for downtown redevelopment. This one is for the Pug Ryans building. The group is hoping to build workforce apartments above a parking structure and a grocery store. For the first time in its 40 years, Dillon Amp is getting standard rates for rentals. They start at $2,000 for local nonprofits, $4,000 for everyone else. That is on the lower end for mountain venues. The Riverwalk in Breck also starts at $2,000, but it's a quarter the size. Ford Amphitheater in Vail starts at $15,000, and it's still smaller. Summit's alternative public high school, Snowy Peaks, could be moving from the middle school campus in Frisco to the high school campus at Farmers Corner. This move is tied to a sprawling November bond question. If that bond fails, the district will need money from somewhere else. Also tied to the bond, rebuilding Breckenridge Elementary, teacher housing in Silverthorne, and upgrades for HVAC, roofs, and restrooms district-wide. This week on the State of Summit, we learn how a robot eye spotted a holiday wildfire before almost anyone else.
Right about the same time the first hiker came along and was noticing the fire, we were getting the Pano AI alert.
That was Under Sheriff Peter Haynes reporting back on the Wellington fire just north of Breckenridge this past Sunday.
So when that fire first broke out, our fire partners and the sheriff's office all got the alert, and a video stream of that fire started.
This 360-degree camera belongs to XL Energy. It is one of 28 they own across the state, and one of 2 right here in Summit equipped with AI.
It's not the thermal piece as much as it is the smoke. That technology, that AI piece, is determining what is smoke and then sending that alert.
Haynes can only imagine the potential in more remote areas.
Here we were really close, but if it was somewhere back in the forest, we wouldn't have hikers, bikers, someone else going by them right away, so we need this type of technology.
Yeah. These robot eyes, though, cost more than a BMW. County officials say it's a small price to pay.
I think they're about $80,000, but I'm amazed at what we can cover right now with just 2.
$80,000 seems cheap insurance for what the potential damage from.
Save one house is more than $80.
The robot eyes are not infallible. The other XL camera at Lake Hill has been tricked by campfire smoke. Tune in again next week for the State of Summit on Krystal 93. Local fire danger is high today in Summit County with no fire restrictions. In local entertainment news, on screen now at the Eclipse in Breck, Inside Out 2, sequel to the 2015 animated hit about a girl and her personified emotions. It's already Pixar's biggest movie ever. It's made over $1.25 billion worldwide. Inside Out 2 shows at 4 and 6:30 nightly through the weekend. And in sports, the Rockies play the Reds tonight, 5:10. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.